Overindulging parents? Yes, welcome all of you. And today I'm going to talk about over managing and overindulging. Now, if you remember, I mentioned a lot of times and before also when I was explaining you about the key moment model, I told you that sometimes during a key moment when we as parents choose to react out of fear, we end the cycle of weakening the behavior. And in that cycle of weakening the behavior, we either overmanage or we overindulge with our children. And both of these are not good for our children. And I would like to explain both these terms in detail now. Let's start with overmanaging. Now, there are ways of overmanaging. They are lecturing them, arguing them, criticizing, getting mad at them, threatening them, nagging them. Some of you must be laughing right now when I'm speaking. All of these are weakening behaviors and they are more harmful than helpful. So today I wish to explain each of these in different light so that you all understand and you get this and you learn to control your this moments. Most of the parents run out of patience during key moments and start lecturing. Now that exactly is lecturing. It means that they start telling their children how to think, feel and act. Now our constant lecturing where we are going to repeat the same thing again and again builds resentment in them and deprives them of opportunity to think for themselves. Most parents also start arguing with their children during the key moments. When we argue, we simply get caught in a verbal battle with our children, while instead of understanding our child's point of view or the child understanding our point of view, it just becomes an ego thing. So these kinds of arguments further ruin your relationship with your child. Some parents also start criticizing their children. They find faults and they mention the faults and they start making negative comments about the child's character and behavior and to try to get them to their understanding. Criticizing in this manner makes the child feels attacked and this leaves a scar on the child's psychic mind. So if your child feels attacked by you, he or she will run away from you and that's not what you want, right? So no matter whatever point you have to put across, don't have it criticizing or attacking manner. And sometimes the parents start getting mad at their children. They start yelling, hitting, shouting in such a manner which scares the child. He really becomes scared and becomes very shameful also. It hurts the self-esteem, which is definitely what is your responsibility as a parent of a growing child, that they grow with a good self-esteem. Another worst thing with the parents could do is start comparing their children with someone, pointing out differences between one child and another and make them feel bad is what the immature thing to do. And it teaches your child bad values. So a responsible parent would be completely avoiding comparing the child. Even blaming and threatening the child is very harmful way of parenting. All these which I am mentioning are ways of over-managing. And these are the way you should try not to manage your children. So all these things actually take away your power and manipulating our children. This is what happens and we use them. And when we feel fearful and anxious and when we lose trust in our natural ability and capability and trust for our children and even in our ability of our parenting. So here either way of over managing keeps our children for taking responsibility from themselves. Plus now it's subtle and harmful message in their minds of our children, such as children start thinking that you think I am a stupid, I'm inferior, I'm bad. Another example of children start thinking you don't care about my feelings and will be, like how could I share with you anything personal? They become more cautious. So you don't trust me to work with this, then how do I trust you? It's so simple like that. So these kinds of negative kinds of messages and this here we will start, now next where I want to discuss this over managing kind of behavior in my now we should stop this. I will discuss overindulging, which is again very harmful over and over again because this is not going to help any of the parent in parenting.